Hi, I'm talking to lice expert Panina Newtstatter today. Hi Panina, how are you?
I'm okay, Joanne. Thank you so much for this opportunity. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Very excited to talk to you today. Panina, what is lice and what is the difference between lice and nits?
Okay, lice is the actual bug. Lice is a parasite that lives on the head. That is what I am an expert in, the head lice. There are many different lice that I do not deal with. The nits are the eggs that they lay. And those are the two things that live on the head that I remove. And that's it.
And when treating lice, you get so many different kinds of lice combs. Is there a particular one that's really good, or is anyone good enough?
Yes, the particular one that I use is called the Aussie 2000. I actually have it here in front of me. I'm going to show that to you.
Okay, excellent.
And it has jagged teeth, and the teeth are close together, and it works. It really pulls out all the nits and the bugs as long as it's used properly and in the right direction, because the tips are pointy, so we want to hold the comb in the right direction. But this is the comb, the only comb that we have in the house to check crickets.
And which direction is the right direction to hold the comb?
Unlike a brush, where you hold parallel to the hair and just start brushing downward, the comb should be held parallel to the head and pulled outward, or actually from the top out, so that way you don't hurt the child's scalp. And this way you're more effective because you're slightly grazing the scalp and you're not poking the scalp.
Okay. And you get so much information about all the different lice shampoos. Some are more toxic, let's say like Gandex. Some are more natural. You get Prioderm. Are these lice shampoos effective when you actually already have the lice?
No. Lice, all these chemicals or even natural treatments that say they kill the bug, and the nits, they might kill the bug. The bug is a living creature, and it might eventually kill it. The problem is the eggs, the nits. They are encased in this sac. I attach the hair shaft, and it is totally impossible to kill them. I find that a lot of these products on the box, it says use within 7 to 10 days after the first original treatment. The problem is, if it's telling you to do 7 after 10 days, that means something's left behind, and it did not kill them, as it says based on the box. I recommend not using any of these products, natural or otherwise. They don't work. They're expensive. And there's one other treatment. The treatment that I use works. It's effective and inexpensive.
And what is the best procedure when you first discover that your child has lice, or you discover that you yourself have lice?
Right. So as soon as it's a little hard on yourself to detect if you have lice. Once you see it on your child, which you can check visually or even checking with the comb, is placing conditioner directly on dry hair, using a regular comb to unmat the hair. It will become knotty and tangled with the conditioner on it, so you just want to gently remove the knots, and then start combing. The method of combing is what is going to be the secret, basically. You have to comb in sections, and away underneath the hair is where the nits are laid, on the underside of the hair next to the scalp. So you want to comb in that direction, upward and away from the scalp, as opposed to downward like a brush, as I mentioned earlier.
And have a lot of patience.
Yeah, that comes with it too. A lot of patience, and keep the kid entertained as much as you can while you're working on him or her, because it's going to take a while, depending on the infestation. Put a video on, a book, homework, whatever it is that will keep them busy.
And what tips or advice do you have on preventing children from getting lice? You hear a lot of stories about, don't share hairbrushes. What is true? What isn't true?
Okay, so the first thing about prevention is that if we have prevention, we can have a cure. There are not many people that are 100% never going to have lice. There are kids that don't get it. There are kids that get it less frequently, but everyone is prone to lice at some point or another. So basically, yes, you have to keep the brushes separate. Each person in the family should have their own brushes. Don't share pillows. Don't share hats. Helmets. Helmets is a big no-no, and becomes problematic when you're on a baseball team and they each pick up the same helmet and put it back on. So recommend each child have their own helmet, and basically keep your head and hair back as tight as possible and away from a child that does have lice if you know they have lice.
And is lice more prone to go to, they say like keep your child's hair dirty because lice likes clean hair. Is there any truth in that?
Right. So no, that's a myth. I'm not exactly sure what one considers dirty or clean. I tell people do not change their shower hygiene. Shower as usual. Wash your hair as usual. Don't let the hair be dirty. Don't let the hair get oily. Whatever your comfort level is, and keeping your hair, keep it that way. That's not prevention. There are other myths. One of the myths is dyed hair. That's a big one. Women, I've heard mothers who dye their kids' hair, thinking that that's going to keep lice away. I was shocked. What happens is it might kill the bug. Like we talked about earlier, there are chemicals that might kill the bug. But again, if you dye your hair on Sunday, you can get lice on Monday. It's not going to prevent you from getting lice.
And is lice more prevalent at a certain time of the year or a certain season?
I'm busy all year. They don't hibernate. I see a jump in lice cases in the spring after Passover into the summer, and again a little bit of a drop in the fall. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know. I have a feeling that the heat definitely plays a factor in it. But again, I work in the winter as well, so it's a year-round problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much for enlightening us today. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for the opportunity again. I appreciate it.
Bye.